Hey everyone, Mark and Joey here on a Friday night, coming back to you as we promised in our Wednesday show after the cut. We're doing it tonight instead of tomorrow. We've got some family stuff we're doing. You've got an awesome day to get out and do some golf. So we have seen the cut happen in the PGA event. This is Jack Nicklaus's event, the Memorial. We assume if you're watching our show, you probably already know that. But, another big event. The schedule this year is so exciting. It just every week matters. Certainly Jack's event, it always matters. Probably as close to fifth major as you could get. And all the top guys are going to play. And very exciting to us. We're going to talk about it next week. All the top guys are coming to the Canadian Open for the first time in like 25 years.
Man, what an event.
We've had a lot of guys coming because RBC sponsors it, but this time they're coming because the U.S. Open is the week after.
Yeah, so I mean, like I said, a lot of guys taking this week off to play the Canadian Open next week. And a lot of guys have these routines of playing the weeks before. One of them being Brooks Koepka. We're getting lucky with someone struggling and being injured, which is Justin Thomas. He said he's now joined the Canadian Open field to test out his injury before committing to the
US Open. Didn't work this week.
Yeah, I mean, he was +8, so he really needs another week under his belt to figure that out. But yeah, great week next week, but let's focus on this week. More importantly, a couple of predictions that one of the smart two people on your camera right now predicted. That would be me. That would be me.
My pick is not too far behind, so, Ricky's not too far away.
Ricky, yeah, he did pick Ricky.
And he can put a lot of birdies.
Jordan Spieth. Jordan Spieth, I said would have a great first round. He did. He backed it up today. He's two back to Martin Keimer, who, by the way, where the hell did he come from?
No kidding.
He had we know who he is if you're a golf fan, but if you're not a golf fan, you're probably going, who's he? But Jordan Spieth is right there. The chance to win this tournament. I said I had a good feeling this week. I knew his putter was hot. I felt like he could get away with the driver a little bit more. I also felt like he'd be playing a lot smarter because this is his last event before the U.S. Open, so this is more important. And it's a course you can draw the golf ball. And if you look at a lot of the guys at the top, they draw the golf ball. So Jordan Spieth is there. I'm real excited. The other prediction I had, Tiger top 25. I said he'd be rusty. He's showing a little bit of rust. He had a double bogey today. That's rust because that's a bad swing that caused a lot of that stuff. But he's close to top 25, which is what I said. He's about 35th right now. And he can easily go a couple under, get top 25.
And this is a Tiger-type preparation. I mean,
he always does this.
Yeah, he's not that worried about winning this week. It's about tuning up the game. Very excited. The golf world is going to be very excited. But still, there's only two guys that matter in the world of golf. We've talked about this if you watched our shows. When we talk about the world of golf, we don't talk about this week and we don't talk about next week. We talk about how does golf look to people outside of golf and new players getting involved, new people coming into the game as players. And that comes from guys that are going to be great, that are going to be over-the-top great. Tiger, obviously. If Tiger can win, every time Tiger wins, he boosts the attention of golf like so many percents, it's unreal. So, he can win anytime is great for golf. But the other one is Spieth. We've talked about this a lot. He had 3 early majors. He's had a couple years of struggling now. Seems to have his game coming back after a long time, I think, of being too technical, trying to fix whatever he thought was wrong. And but he has been playing well. He's back to playing well this week again, and so his game is definitely rounding into form. And this is the way golfers go. They kind of work on their game, they get it right, and then they go good for 3 or 4 weeks, which at least is good for the U.S. Open and may be good to head over to Britain for the British Open as well.
Well, the British Open is his style of event for Jordan Spieth. I think he's someone, if he got his game going, could win 5 British Opens as much as he would Augusta National. Really, the event that I believe will play him throughout his career will be U.S. Opens going forward if they continue with the setups of tough rough.
Right.
But with that being said, Pebble Beach might not provide that. They've been given a lot of comments from players about not doing it so crazy in the rough. That might help him. He contended at Bethpage Black without having a good driver.
Yeah.
The game is there. It's this driver, man. You got to hit some fairways, and he's really getting it closer and closer and closer. And the number one word used on the PGA Tour is what? Progress. And he's making progress each and every week. He's got to be hyped going into the U.S. Open. I wouldn't call him a favorite, but he's got to be hyped for a good finish, potential winning, especially if he can finish this weekend off really strong.
And so that you know the math, if you haven't sat down and looked at it yourself or listened to our show, Jordan's only 25. He's got 3 majors already. Even Tiger, if he only got 1 major a year and he's that type of golfer, and maybe a year get 2 like he did earlier, he could have as many as Tiger when he gets to 30, and that would be really key. Well, you have 8.
Not quite. Tiger at 10.
It would be Jack.
Jack at 7. So
right.
if Spieth could get around the 7 to 8 mark, here's the thing with Spieth: he should be able to play a very long time. And what people don't give Jack credit for is how long he did play.
Yeah.
Now Tiger really should have obliterated the record. Although part of being so great so early was putting his back under that much pressure and hitting it that far. Spieth is not that way. He's very. Hey, he's 295.
Yeah.
At a time, that was long. But, hey, 295 is good enough these days. He hits the irons good enough. He putts well enough. It's just, mentally, you're right. I don't like it when he's talking to his caddy from one shot to the other. I don't like when he's battling his driver. I wish he would honestly take the driver out of his bag a lot of rounds. But I understand, too, he wants to hit the driver because he feels like to win majors, he has to hit the driver. So he sacrifices some of these events. But this week, the reason why I picked him to win, I felt like with this being the week before, it might be the case where on Sunday, let's say he's tied for the lead, he'll start pulling up 3-wood and making sure he gets in the fairway. Because with his putting, the way he's feeling now looks like 2015. Just get it to 20 feet, man.
Yeah.
And he can really roll away. So
and that's why he's good at the
great for
majors,
golf.
because everybody struggles to get to the green in majors. And so when you can putt from 20 feet out, that is going to help you.
Greens and regulation wins majors. There's no question about it. Greens and regulation wins majors.
Well, that's why Koepka wins.
That's why he wins. He hits so many greens. And people talk about, he hits fairways too, but he just finds the green. And the one thing he did, Bethpage back, that maybe didn't get enough talk is when he did miss fairways, he found a way to find the middle of the green.
Yeah.
Spieth has that ability because of the great putter he is. I think he's got that confidence back, which makes the rest of your game get better simply from relaxation of not having to be so perfect. I'm real excited, honestly, to see him this weekend. We need him back. We need him to play good. Rory's missed another cut.
Oh, man.
Without any faith, he can come back because at the end of the day, he cannot putt, and bad putters are tougher, probably.
He was already hot. He was already hot this year. Like he was hot early in the year. He had like 6 or 7 top 10s in a row.
So he's due to die off.
Every major, he's been horrible. So. Yeah, I don't see him being there.
He's due to get better.
Now, the other one is Koepka. The reason we don't look at Koepka as the guy, one is he doesn't have a personality which does not help the promotion of the game. We wish someone would get to him, some media guy could get to him and get him to be that way. Spieth has that. Spieth can speak to the young golfers. He can speak to the golfers that are out there at any age. He's really that kind of guy. And so we want Spieth to be the one chasing Tiger's record, then Jack's record. So that's why we're pulling for Spieth to start winning majors again here at 25. Also, Brooks is 29, almost turning 30.
Here's the thing with Brooks. First of all,
he doesn't have enough time.
He doesn't have enough time. His personality is not great. And even though he's American, people think he's European. So it's just really not the greatest combination. You got Spieth, who's a talker. His game is more realistic to what people believe is possible. If you're a father of a kid, you watch some guys, you think, I don't know my kid. You watch Spieth, you go, I can teach my kid that game, right?
I can middle grade, make a putt.
Yeah. So, but he's a talker. He's a traveler. He plays a lot. He you're right. He gets out and he's emotional. Actually, people don't remember this. When he was winning, he's a fist pumper. Yeah. He's a yeller. He's a emotional guy.
You need to follow up the Tiger.
You need that because Tiger is emotional. He slams clubs. He fist pumps. He talks to the media. He's great with kids. So we need Spieth. Rory continues to disappoint me no matter how often I say you should win goddamn golf tournaments because you hit 340 in the fairway, you bum. But that's not the point. The point is we need Spieth. He's still 25. Hopefully he can get it done. Sadly, there's not many others right now that I have any interest in. So either you want the GOAT, which is Tiger Woods, to break Sam Snead's record, which might be, to be honest, is almost as impressive if he broke the major record because it has an absurd amount of wins.
Yeah, but you know what? No one talks about it. The only thing they talk about is the majors. There's no doubt about it.
No, but I'd say
he needs to get Jack's record.
To be the greatest of all time, you gotta beat Jack's record. But
no matter what held you back, that's part of being a record holder. It's part of people's talk about Wayne Gretzky in hockey.
But right now, he has no record.
And the fact is that he played a long time to break all the records he has. But that's part of having records. You got to play a long time.
No, but the cool thing is, if he got the Jack's record, he would break Sam Snead's record.
Exactly.
And I feel like it's not owed to Tiger, but he should hold both. In my opinion, he's maybe the most I don't know, the most, especially in these days where the media came in with him at the same time, it feels like he should be the one having both those records. I think Jack truly wants him to have both those records, because guess what? Sadly, Jack Nicklaus will pass. Well, you want another guy talking about his record for the next 40 years. Will that be Tiger? Let's say he's 43 now. So if he broke it by 50, you got 30, 40 years, assuming he lives to 80, 90 these days, of him talking about the next person, the next person, the next person. And you always need that conversation. If he doesn't break Jack's record, guess what? There's going to be conversations about it, but he won't ever get to talk to the source. Because by the time the next person comes along, unfortunately, Jack won't be there unless it's Spieth. So you got Spieth and Woods, only people that matter each and every week.
And we're looking at that stage in the life of golf. Arnie drove golf revenues way up for players, got them the kind of, athlete numbers. Then came Jack. He exploded golf again. Then came Tiger, who exploded golf bigger than anybody, but he also had the benefit of social media and all those kinds of things that went with that. We need another player right now to explode golf. Golf is a slowing sport. It needs a new guy that they can cheer every week, that when they show up and watch a golf tournament, they want to be there so badly, like when Tiger plays. We don't have that today. We don't have anybody who's that magical today. We need it to be somebody. It needs to be somebody young. We're now on 23 years of Tiger being on tour, or 22 years, something like that. So it's due. We need another guy. Like Jack was 35 years older than Tiger.
Well, he's 40 years. He's 80.
He's 80 now.
Is he not 82 or something?
82. So maybe 40 years. So
you gotta think there's a kid out there
who's being born right now. Who might be the next one. But I would rather see Spieth than wait that long for the next one, because I may not be able to wait that long for the next one.
Totally.
But anyway, we need that for golf. Tiger's only got a couple more years, probably. The back's great, but age alone is going to get to him.
Real quick, specifically, we've rambled on about the game of golf altogether. This event is great. Shaq's event. It's a huge honor for all these guys to play it. Tremendous golf course, provided lots of great moments. President's Cup there. I think it would be even meaning that much more if Spieth could get it done because of the event of who it is. Obviously, Jack Nicklaus is maybe one of he is the greatest golfer of all time, but maybe the greatest continuation of ambassador of his sport. What he does with kids, real shout out to that, is truly remarkable. What he does with Nationwide
and other players,
children's hospitals there in Ohio,
but other players too. He's been a great mentor. He turns no player down who wants to talk to him.
He lives near a lot of these guys.
Yeah.
I think it's a great event. The course is great. I think they're due for a champion like Spieth. To be honest, they haven't had the biggest names for some reason haven't won this event yet. They've all been there. So I think it's due, and I think it's cool. It's a cool time of year. It's leading to U.S. Open now. It's a great date, and I think going forward, this will provide a lot of great champions. And obviously, I think it's important that a big name wins it, because there's nothing like they all talk about. There's nothing like that handshake from the greatest of all time when they win the event. So they want it. I can tell you, I have a good, strong feeling about Spieth.
Yeah.
I've been 2 for 2 almost my predictions. We'll see by the end of the week. I still think Tiger's a top 25. I said at the beginning of the week because of Russ, but that's how he preps for the U.S. Open. So if he can do that, I'd say he's ready to go for the U.S. Open. Spieth, I think, needs a great weekend to be ready to go for the U.S. Open.
Yeah.
If he has a bad weekend again, how does he expect to have a good weekend at the U.S. Open? So I think it's all coming together for an unbelievable U.S. Open. And guess what? The most classic course maybe in the United States at Pebble Beach. Jack said if he could play one round before he dies, it'd be Pebble Beach. So you kind of got a lot of these great things.
Which is kind of funny because Jack can play anywhere he wants anytime. It's like, just go, Jack.
No, but, it's one of those questions.
I know it was an image thing.
It's one of those questions reporters got to ask, right?
Yeah.
And so got Jack's event, Canadian Open, and the U.S. Open. Everything's building for hopefully maybe just some insane U.S. Open, I'm hoping. It would be great. So,
and just before we wrap up, because he's done nothing but talk about his picks, I do still have Ricky Fowler, who isn't that far behind, and a guy who can put a lot of birdies together. So I did want to get my pick back into
Ricky,
the conversation
you
here.
You will never watch this, but he compared you to an Instagram model who plays golf the odd times.
When he was young.
He might have picked you, but he has no faith.
Anyway, that's it for the weekend. Enjoy the golf. We'll be back Monday to recap what happened and look forward to the Canadian Open. We're super excited about the Canadian Open. It's the buzz, just like the Raptors. Is going to be amazing. Actually, have the Raptors and the Canadian Open in the same week. It's going to be crazy here.
Crazy I don't know if it's good or bad, but the Raptors are on the road while the Canadian Open's here. So I don't know if that's good or bad. I think one game, though, Game 5,
Game 5.
Saturday.
Yeah.
will be insane. In fact, they've sold out Saturday the Canadian Open. They had to sell extra tickets, but they've already sold out Saturday.
We might even find the first golfers to miss the cut to just be at Jurassic Park on Saturday night.
Rory, why'd you miss the cut? I had to go to the Raptors game.
Exactly.
Drake invited me.
Yeah, all the celebrities are there and they want to be part of that. So anyway, enjoy the weekend. We'll see you Monday morning. Recap what happens in the Memorial.